Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you hear me in the chat room? 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 Oh, start soon. Customization. You are cool. Thank you for stopping by. Just setting up here. Getting ready. If you can hear me, just say something in the chat. I'm getting this set up right now, so please be patient. Thank you for waiting. No, no. No, I want to live control. That's what I want. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Hello from MN? Where is MN? Minnesota? Montana? Where are you? Say hello if you can hear me and where you're from in the world. Where you are from, where you are from. Ugh. Where you are from, where you are from. Turkey. Wow. DPRK. I'm going to assume when I look at that, you're from North Korea. DPRK. Is the audio good? Oh, thank you. Good. Thank God. Whew. I haven't done this live stream for a while. We are going to talk for the next hour, maybe. Depends. I just came from a hot bath. So, what you don't know about me is that I really get sore. My muscle is just destroyed. So, the best thing to do to relieve your muscle pain, if you do have muscle pain, is to take a nice hot bath and load it up with baking soda, sea salt, and Epsom salt. All you need is those three, and then maybe some shampoo for bubbles, soap and bubbles. If you combine Epsom salt, sea salt, and baking soda, just spread it out into your bathtub when you take a bath, and then shampoo for bubbles. You don't need bubble soap. You just need shampoo for bubbles. If you combine all four, it's the best way to relieve aching muscles. And I have lots of aching muscles right now. Oh my God. I don't know about you, but I am in So much pain. Like I should be in a hospital right now. Sometimes I think. United Kingdom. Oh, hello there. What's my workout routine? Oh, good question. Okay, now I'll answer that. You and we both enter the gym at the same time. What do you do? I want to know. I want to know, what do you do? What's your thinking? What's your plan when you enter the gym? When you step foot, what do you do? All right. Some people, they come up with their own plans. Like I have my own workout routine on a piece of paper or on my smartphone. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Some people come in with a plan. I'm the complete opposite. I don't come with a plan. It's like kind of like cooking. If you don't know how to cook, then you have to follow a recipe to the T, right? You have to step 1, step 2. You have to follow exactly what the cook tells you to do. But if you've been David, hey Dave, long time no see. But if you've been cooking for so many years, like I have, you don't need a recipe. You can just do it by feeling. So my body is like I'm cooking. It's like I just freestyle. I know exactly what to do, and I know exactly how to work out, because every time you step foot in a gym, the layout is always different. Because, for example, there could be like 3 guys occupying the squat rack. Are you just gonna be the 4th guy waiting in line? Or are you gonna improvise and say, okay, look, I'm gonna find something else that's not occupied and start training on that machine or area, whatever. So a lot of people, they have a plan. It's like a grocery list or a recipe, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3. So, okay, squats. I'm going to do 3 sets of barbell squats for 12 reps. This many weights. Okay, so they approach the squat rack, and then there's 3 people ahead of them. What are they gonna do? They're just gonna sit there and wait, just like they're waiting for a bus. That's the worst thing you can do for your body, because you need to keep the blood flowing. If the blood is not flowing, it's not going anywhere. It's just gonna, it's just like stuck in traffic. You don't want to be stuck in traffic. You don't want your car like just consuming gas and you're not going anywhere. You're just not doing anything with your car. You're just stuck on the highway, not going anywhere. That's the worst thing you want for your car. So, by the way, I'm in Vancouver, Dave. Are you in Thailand again? Wherever you are around the world. Kedle. Cooking. Use my feeling. Yes, feeling. So if you're good at cooking, if you've been cooking for many years, then you know how to work out. Then it's just like cooking. Same analogy is that you have to improvise. You have to do by feeling, not by a piece of paper or what someone else tells you to do. So over time, you develop this skill by just like, you follow someone else's routine in the beginning. Yeah, that can help. Then you mimic other people, but then you have to branch off and do your own thing. Like you can't be the next Gordon Ramsay or the next Jamie Oliver. You can't copy somebody. You have to make your own style. So my style just went from everywhere, from like bodybuilding to powerlifting to weight training to high intensity interval training, then to calisthenics, to yoga, to swimming, to boxing. Now it's a never ending journey. Who knows where the next step where I'll go. But right now my training is mostly around MMA. So just going around that area, just like high intensity, incorporating speed, flexibility, and all that. In the long run, it's a lot better for my body in some aspects. And in other aspects, no way is way, exactly like Bruce Lee. So you need to improvise when you work out. You cannot be just like, so a bodybuilder is not flexible in his workout. No, he has to follow a strict regimen. I have to stay in this this squat rack for the next 30 minutes and do these insane 1 rep max squats. I've been there before. I've been that bodybuilder in the gym many years ago. Or the power lifter. I gotta do this 1 rep max deadlift. I'm gonna sit here and I'm not gonna leave this gym until I finish it. I've been that power lifter before. So I lose motivation to work out with growing it. Why? Why? Okay. I see a lot of people in the gym that don't really want to be in the gym. They're not really excited to be in the gym. I think of the gym as like a laboratory. And I'm trying to solve a puzzle or an experiment. It's like trying to create something. It's just like cooking. Cooking is never boring if you know what you're doing and if you're trying to experiment. I've tried BJJ. Yes, I have. I've tried BJJ. I've tried grappling. I was actually I started my MMA journey with wrestling first. I was a high school wrestler. So I trained after school in the high school wrestling team. And yeah, that's how I got into the weightlifting, because the coach wanted us to lift weights and get big, build more muscle. So that's what I did. So after I got introduced to the weight room, I was like, wow, I love it. I'm obsessed. So in order to be consistent, this is my advice to you. Don't follow motivation. Motivation is just like drinking Coke, right? Boom, gives you a spike and then it goes down. And then you look for the next spike because you drink another can of Coke. Boom, another spike. And then the drop off, right? You crash. And then you drink another can of Coke. Boom, you get another spike. This is like, it's not healthy. And we've all been there. Like you see this, like, like you get super motivated when you see Mike Tyson, and then boom, you just crash. Then you get super motivated when you see Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then boom, you crash. And then you see Bruce Lee in his movies, and you get super motivated, and then you crash. So don't follow motivation. Motivation is just Coke, a can of Coke. It's not good for you. It's not healthy. So what's better than motivation? Obsession. You need to be obsessed with something. When I played guitar, when I picked up a guitar, when I put an electric guitar in my hands for the first time, it was in high school. My friend brought his Gibson Les Paul to school in high school, and he was playing it in the cafeteria, showing it off to his friends. So I put it in my hands, and I instantly felt just like, this is it. I love this thing, whatever this thing is, and I'm obsessed with it for some reason. And that's how I started my journey. I was like, okay, I'm obsessed with guitars. And like, I picked up guitar books in the library, and I just kept listening to different types of music from the CD selection in the library. So I took out a lot of CDs, all types of bands I've never heard of, different genres of music, anything with guitar in it. It was amazing. I was obsessed. So you got to find something that you're obsessed with, because obsession will last you longer than motivation. Motivation will last you days, weeks, months, but obsession will last you years. When you're obsessed with something, it's going to prolong whatever duration. It's going to be like, okay, I'm obsessed with something. I'm going to be sticking to it for at least 5, maybe 10 years, because that's how long it takes to go deep. Because when you're obsessed with something, you have to go deep down. You have to dive deep down into it, right? To know that subject well. So when I played guitar, when I studied guitar, when I learned guitar, I dove deep. I explored every avenue of the guitar and music, and got into bands and recording studios and all that. I just dove deep for more than 10 years. If you ask me about guitars, I know a lot about it. I broke down guitars. I built guitars, restrung guitars, played with my friends' guitars. I don't know. I should be working in a guitar shop by now. If I was if I kept going. But then once you know the ins and outs of a guitar, it's just like a marriage. When you've been living with a woman or a husband for so many years, maybe like 20 years of marriage, you know it's time to break up. It's like there's nothing left to explore. It's like you've dove deep, you've explored every nook and cranny of that topic, and you've probably seen the ugly side of that topic as well. And there is a really ugly side to guitars, and that is the music business. The music industry is so goddamn ugly. I was like, I need to get out. This industry is just horrible. Horrible. And I'm not talking about racism. I'm talking about everything you have to deal with as a recording artist. You are screwed. You are basically a hoe, and the record labels are the pimp, and they pimp you out. And it's a really ugly business for something that, you know, is truly innocent, like truly honest. When you love guitar, love music, making songs and performing in front of people that enjoy your songs, it's the greatest feeling. But the business side of it is just truly ugly. And it's just like a marriage. Like the longer you stay, the more ugliness you see in your partner. And it turns you off. And then all of a sudden you need a divorce. And so that's my obsession with guitar. And then I got obsessed with swimming because I sucked at swimming when I was a kid. I sucked really bad. Will I do more swimming videos? No. I've moved on. That chapter is gone. So I'll tell you why. I was obsessed with swimming for more than 10 years. And then I saw I explored the ins and outs of that topic. And now it no longer interests me. It's just like a 20-year marriage. You have to end it. Because if you continue 30, 40, 50 years from now, the marriage will just stagnate. There's nothing left to explore in your partner, or nothing left to do. And it's just time to call it quits and just meet new people. That's the truth. So, again, I sucked at swimming in the beginning. I was terrible. I was the worst kid in my class. Just couldn't keep my head above water. I just felt like I was drowning all the time. It got worse because I got into wrestling and weightlifting, and my body got heavier, and it wasn't suitable for swimming because all that muscle. But I fought through it all. Then I became a lifeguard, swim instructor, then a swim coach, and then taught people, and made courses and made videos and all that, and blah 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 blah. And now I'm done with the topic. It's like if I kept going, I would be dead inside. Like I would be making the videos, the swimming videos, but what you wouldn't see is the deadness in my eyes because of the topic. I hate swimming so much now that I don't even want to step in. I have access to a swimming pool, but I don't want to step foot in it because I just see the ugliness of it all. And the business of swimming is really ugly as well, just like the music industry. You have no idea how much hate I get from other swimming businesses because we're all competing against each other, right? So exactly. I have to cut ties with the water, cut ties with chlorine. Like for my own safety and sanity, I need to stay away from chlorinated water for a while. It was just too tough. You know, I spent like a third of my life in chlorinated water, filming and swimming and training and all. I've seen it all. It's just, again, it's disgusting for me. It's just like the music industry. It's really ugly. What you don't see, what you see is rainbow and sunshine, summertime weather, and hot chicks in bikinis, and swimming with your friends, and cool water, and just like water slides, and kids are being happy. But what I see is I see sewage, I see spit, I see hair floating around, band-aids floating around, people with COVID still like hanging out in the hot tub. Yeah, people are still getting COVID still. And it's worse when you're trapped in a little steam room or sauna. And all of that, and then lifeguards giving me crap, and other swim coaches giving me crap, and swimming facilities giving me crap, and swimming patrons giving me crap, people that I'm lap swimming with giving me crap, just crap. So I said to myself, okay, I will do one more summer worth of swimming and all that, and then I'm just gonna stop because it's just not. I feel it in my gut. I'm following my gut. It's like I need to file for divorce with swimming. I need to file for divorce. This is an unhealthy relationship I'm having. You can sense it. You can sense it. You sense it. When you know you need to break up with your chick, you need to divorce your husband, you know. It's a feeling. Like you know it's not gonna get better the longer you stay together. And that was same with me. I can't stay with this topic of swimming for the next 10 years of my life. It's done. My obsession is finished. It's like I've explored the deep and there's nothing left to explore. So that's it. It is really bad for your skin, chlorinated water, because especially when you do it how I did it was like every day and spent 3 hours in the pool. It was really bad. During the pandemic, the only thing to do as everything was closed is my nearest golf course. I was really into it the whole 3 years. I live swimming now and cinema. Nearest golf course. Just golf course. Okay, golf. My friend tried to get me into golf many, many years ago. The problem with me playing golf is that I'm a southpaw when it comes to golf. So I didn't have my own golf club, so I had to borrow my friend's golf clubs when we were playing. So we went to pitch and putt. So he was right-handed and I'm left-handed. So I had to hit right-handed using his golf clubs. And it sucked. I play baseball left-handed. I swing left. So if I have a bat, I swing like this, left. Golf club, I swing left. But I had no access to golf clubs that were left-handed. So I was just like a fish out of water with golf. So that's what made me hate golf. And then, yeah, it just sucked for me. Because I was playing with a handicap. My friends, they were all playing with their strengths, and I was playing with just trying to play with one leg or something. It sucked. Do you have to turn your obsession into a business? You don't have to. Personal obsession that you truly love. Here's the thing. When you're motivated, I'll give you a funny story. People who are motivated, I'll give you an example. A lot of people are motivated to do boxing, but then they get hit in the face and then they sell all their boxing gear after a month. I'm selling all my gear, all my kickboxing gear, all my gloves. Take them all. Like, yeah, the reality sinks in. That's motivation. Okay? This can of Coke. But obsession is going to last you much longer. And the thing about obsession is people are going to see it in you. When you see someone who's obsessed about something, you notice it, right? Have you ever seen like a dog try to dig up something in the backyard? It's just kept digging. Like, why is this dog digging and digging and digging? And you see the hole get deeper and deeper, and it's like the dog is digging to the center of the earth. It knows there's something down there worth spending all those hours doing, like just digging. That's obsession. And when you see someone who's obsessed, you'll see it as well. So people will be looking like, why is this guy so obsessed? Why is this girl so obsessed with blah, 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 blah? They'll see it in you when you're obsessed with something. Your parents will see it. Your girlfriend will see it. My girlfriend she saw my obsession with guitars. Like, oh my God, why is he always playing guitar all the time? Why is he always looking at guitars all the time? Guitar. I was obsessed with guitars. People around you will notice, will see it. So eventually you become so good at whatever it is you're obsessed with that people will just naturally flock to you. So for example, I was obsessed with learning handstands. Well, not learning handstands, but learning air flare. Air flare is so goddamn hard. If you don't know what air flare is, look it up. Air flare is such a hard move to learn. But I kept doing it. I was obsessed with it. But along the way, I was like several months into it, people noticed that I was so good at handstands, and then people started naturally flocking towards me about handstands, or people just got intimidated by me because I was doing handstands. Because whenever they try to do their handstands, they're just, oh my god, I can't do it in front of Justin. He's just so goddamn good. So a lot of people, would ask me questions about handstands, or they would just resent me. It's just like when you see someone pull up in a McLaren or a Lamborghini, what's the first instinct on your mind? Do you feel good or do you feel bad? Like, do you feel good? Like, wow, I'm like a Lambo. Like, whoa, wow, props, like success. Or do you feel jealousy or resentment? Like, oh, Lambo, what is he, a drug dealer? He sells marijuana? Did he rent it out? He's just another, I don't know, it's just some guy screaming for attention. It goes both ways. So whatever you are obsessed with, people will notice. And when people notice, they will either flock towards you or they will resent you due to your obsession. That's my take on that. So you don't need to turn your obsession into a business, but eventually, whatever you're obsessed with can make you money because you're so good at it. If you're so good at computers, if you're obsessed with computers, for example, like say you're great with computers, people will start asking for your help naturally. Like, oh, can you help me with my computer since you're so good at it? Same with my swimming. I was so good at swimming, people started asking me for help with their swimming. Can you teach my kids? Can you help me with my swimming? I'm afraid of the water. Yes, sure, no problem. Like I went through the whole cycle. I experienced swimming the way you experienced swimming. I was in your shoes before. I was scared of the water, and then I learned and I learned. I went through it so many years of hard work, and then I can help you. No problem. So, with obsession, you can monetize obsession, is what I'm saying. Because people will notice, will start noticing you. That's the truth. Tell me where you are in the world. And some people from UK, Turkey, UPRK. Mark Knopfler, best guitarist in the world. I like Mark Knopfler. Clean style. Sultans of Swing, obviously. They play that song a lot. Radio, Sultans of Swing. Is there my favorite guitarist, if you're wondering? My favorite guitarist would probably be the one that is so different from all the other guitarists. All right, that's the first clue. Second clue is he's not really a guitarist. That's the second clue. He's more like a keyboardist. He's not really a guitarist. That's the second clue. All right, and the answer is Johnny Greenwood from Radiohead. That guy is not a guitar player, but he makes a guitar his own. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just listen to some Radiohead songs. Listen to his guitar solos. They don't sound like anything else, like any other guitar player would come up with. So I grew up listening to a lot of Radiohead, and I studied their compositions, and I thought, yeah, this is it. Like nobody's gonna top Radiohead. Nobody can top Radiohead because their music style, the way they can compose, is just so different from every other band. And then when I see every other band compared to Radiohead, they try to copy Radiohead. I was like, okay, you're trying to copy Radiohead. I can tell right away. So, yeah, Radiohead, best band in the world. Second would be the Beatles, maybe. Right? But Beatles didn't really have any good guitar solos. No. For me, I worked night shifts all week for the last 20 years. Ouch. Gotta get out during the day, go for a walk or something. It's great for me. I have no children out. The weekend's fine. Okay, so you're working night shifts. Oh boy. So when I think of night shifts, I used to work night shifts as well. Really bad for your sleep schedule. First of all, there's a reason why people who get paid more during working graveyard shifts, because it takes a toll on your health. You can't really do it for long term. I had another friend. He worked graveyard shift in a grocery store and stocking shelves when he was a kid, and man, it really messed him up. Like his sleep schedule and going to school in the daytime. Man, it just really wrecked him. Like mentally, he just the sleep deprivation. And he said he worked with a lot of weirdo. He told me all these stories about his coworkers. A lot of weirdos, like guys with criminal records and stuff. Just weird nocturnal guys, smashing, breaking things at night, just wreaking havoc in the supermarket. I would not recommend it. Working graveyard shifts for long periods of time. So, for example, years. It's a temporary gig. But the benefit of working graveyard is that when you are, I don't know, for example, trying to swim in the daytime, you get the whole pool to yourself. The pool is usually empty in the afternoon, early afternoon. So when I say early afternoon, I'm talking about like 10 a.m. to like around 2 p.m. The pool is all yours. Okay, you will not have any problem getting a lane to yourself. Or, for example, the best time for me to go to the pool is around 10 or 11 a.m. because the sauna and the steam rooms are empty. And I thank God I can have access to the steam room. Steam room is the only time I can just meditate and relax, be alone in public. Because when I try to go to the steam room or sauna in the evening time, people are just chatty. People just start yakking, talking, and then when they talk, the whole room echoes. Like a steam room, or if you've ever been in a steam room or a sauna, the whole room vibrates and echoes. So, right? And I'm trying to just close my eyes and relax and let the steam absorb into my skin, and then people just yakking and making so much noise. It gives me a headache. And then there are times when guys try to chat me up in the steam room next to me. Some strangers start asking me questions and chatting me up. I think they're trying to hit on me. I think they're gay or something. Because I don't want to be talked to. I don't want to talk to guys when I'm half naked in a closed environment and we're all steamy and sweaty. It sounds gay. Like I wish I had access to like those private sauna booths. Some gyms have them. A private sauna booth, a tiny like a little telephone booth sauna. You have to yourself, so you don't have to talk to anyone. You don't have to listen to anyone. So the best time for me to use the pool is around 10 or 11 a.m. So I can have steam room or sauna room all to myself. Lap the lanes to myself. That's for me. So, yeah. Be obsessed with something. You are obsessed with something. Find out what it is that you're obsessed with. You know what it is. And just keep going. There is a kid in my gym. Funny thing is, I train 7 days a week. I told you this before. There's another kid. He's around like 14, 15 years old. Scrawny little kid. He's like following me around the gym and he's copying my exercises. So he wants to do handstands. He's trying to copy me. He wants to build up his body like me. So he's copying my exercises. I see him. He's like, it's like completely like forgery. Like Yeah, completely copying me, like head to toe. Like, you can see it, which is fine. I don't mind. Like, at least he's learning, but he's trying to copy me, and I can tell that he's obsessed with working out. Just a kid, a 14-year-old, 15-year-old. He's obsessed with working out. He doesn't know how, but I can see it, his obsession. Right? He's showing up at the gym at least, and he's trying to do some exercises at least. He's trying. Is he trying his best? I don't think so. Does he know the best technique? No, he doesn't. But at least he's trying, and I can see that obsession in him, and that obsession over time will make him better. Maybe 5 years, 10 years from now, he will be doing some things that no one else would believe he would be doing. Scrawny little kid. And sometimes his peers, his so-called friends, a bunch of weird kids, hang out at the gym. These kids just play. They don't train. They just play. They just with their smartphones, looking at TikToks, play around the gym. I don't know why. This is a recurring annoyance that I have to deal with. These kids that play in the gym, hang out. You know the types. Just mall rats or something. They're called gym rats. Just sitting around playing with their TikToks, just laughing and goofing off, not really working out. Sometimes they come up. They come with him. They just make fun of him. They tease him because he's trying to learn handstands and he fails. He's trying to do this exercise. He fails. Not really good at it. For example, trying to do flags with the stall bars. If you don't know what stall bars are, the stall bars are just rails you hold on to and you try to do a flag, human flag. So those aren't really his friends. And I've made the video before. You don't really have friends. All you have are just peers. People that know you. Acquaintances. They're not really your friends. And these kids are not really his friends either. They're just making fun of him. They're not obsessed. And they're not going to get anywhere because they're not obsessed with working out. So half the time I want to scream off the top of my head, get the hell out of this gym. Shut up and train. Because they keep yakking and talking on the smartphone. Sitting out. I have to control my temper. I have a really bad temper, guys. And I need to hit something. I have to hit something every day. So, if you don't know, my right wrist is damaged. So what I've been doing lately, and I'll tell you what. What I've been doing lately is I've been punching rocks. I found a sandbag. A sandbag is made up of pea gravel. Pea gravel is basically just gravel the size of a pea, like tiny little rocks. So I found this sandbag, I filled it with pea gravel, and I started punching it. And I'm trying to develop an iron fist, as they say. Okay? I've gotten to the point, so what I'm trying to say is I'm obsessed with fighting, MMA, boxing in particular. And I've gotten to the point where punching a regular heavy bag is just won't do it for me anymore. Like I've punched the hell out of it and it's just I can see like it's the resistance is not there. It's like you know what I'm talking about? Like if you've lifted a 10-pound dumbbell for the first time, it's like you lift a 10-pound dumbbell the first time, that's heavy. 10 years later, you lift that same 10-pound dumbbell. You say, this is too light for me. I can't grow my bicep curling this 10-pound dumbbell anymore. I need to go up to a higher weight, like a 30-pound dumbbell, a 40-pound dumbbell, right? Same thing with my punching power. I know for a fact that when I punch a heavy bag, a regular heavy bag, it's just, it won't do it for me anymore. It's like I blast right through it and I need to hit something heavier Now, right now, I'm using a 135-pound heavy bag. I'm punching it, and I can tell you right now, it's not enough. I need more. So I want a 300-pound heavy bag, which I can't find, or I punch something that's more dense. And for my case, it's punching rocks. I used to punch, it came from Isan. Tell me about Thailand. I'm from Thailand. I went to Thailand many times. I know a lot about Thailand. Bangkok. So, what I'm saying is I'm punching a 135-pound dumbbell. 135-pound heavy bag, and it's not enough resistance for my punching, for my fists, and my elbows, and my backhand, everything, my kicks. It's not enough. I need a 300-pound heavy bag, or I punch something denser. So I'm punching rocks. Okay. Rocks I don't recommend for beginners, but we've all seen videos of Shaolin monks punching sand, punching dirt, punching rocks, right? To develop that iron fist. And it's true. You develop resistance over time. So make sure if you're going to punch rocks, do it safely. Not like me. I'm going crazy with the rocks. I just love punching rocks, though, by the way. But know that you're going to wreck your joints and wrists. Okay? So, I'm punching these rocks like sets of 100 punches. Bam, 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 bam. And I change the volume or intensity. Bam, 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 right? Ground and pound, against the wall, you name it. Punch, punch, punch. Jab, cross, hooks, uppercuts. Rocks are just, the rocks all settle at the bottom of the bag. And it's just like, bam, like hitting a boulder. And I'm punching it. And it's great. I can feel it. I feel it. Like the resistance is there. Would you have pursued your obsession for guitar and swimming had you known the darker side of the business? Yes, I would. Everyone told me, like when I first got into music, I learned from other veterans. Same thing with swimming. I learned from other veterans in the business. They all told me, like, yeah, get ready to be jaded. Any industry that you spend so much time with, like more than 10 years, you will be jaded over time. Doesn't matter. Like there is no business that out there that does not have a dark side to it. Right? Like the business of YouTube is very dark. The business of a bakery is very dark. You don't believe me? Look at how much bread is thrown out at the end of the day when they can't sell it. A bakery can't sell that bread. Thrown out. I saw like a dumpster of donuts thrown out by Krispy Kreme. And that dumpster was surrounded by flies. Flies eating Krispy Kremes thrown out in a dumpster because they can't sell the donuts at the end of the day. Instead of giving it to homeless or poor people, feed the needy. No. Again, it's an ugly business. Every business has an ugly side to it. No matter what. Not just drugs, not just prostitution, not just music, not just weed, marijuana, drugs, cocaine, meth. No, every business has an ugly side. And you won't see it in the beginning, but you will eventually near the end. After probably 10-year mark. Disneyland is an ugly business. You think Disneyland is all rainbows and sunshines and Mickey Mouse? No. Disneyland is a very ugly business. You got customers, and lineups and stress and all that. Oh, got it. So, get obsessed with something. Okay? You know you're obsessed with something. And then when you're obsessed with something, you just keep digging, just like a dog, mad dog. You start digging for that bone buried way down in the bottom of this, this pit that this dog keeps digging. It's looking for that bone, looking for it. Squirrel looking for that nut. I knew I buried this nut somewhere. I gotta find it. Squirrel keeps digging, gets obsessed. You're obsessed with something. Find out what you're obsessed with. Okay, go deep. Okay, me right now, I'm not really obsessed with guitar. I look at it like, okay, it's fun to play for a while, one now and then, but I look at it like an ex-wife. Swimming, you won't see me swimming anymore for a while because I like to go to steam room, but I avoid the chlorinated water. And I look at swimming like an ex-wife or ex-girlfriend. Like, you don't want to go there. You don't want to hook up with an ex-girlfriend. And I have gotten back with an ex-girlfriend, by the way, and it was not pretty. It was not pretty. But I'll tell you the story right now to make it clear why you should never go back to your ex. I had an ex. Okay, so a girlfriend I had, I had to come back to Vancouver. And I spent a few months in Vancouver. I was exploring options working in the oil fields here in Alberta. So it was one province over from British Columbia. So I went to Alberta and started looking for jobs and exploring, just asking the town folks what kind of work is available and all that. So it took a couple months. My girlfriend at the time was in Korea, and she was really missing me. Missing me so much that eventually she hooked up with another guy at the club. She told me she met another guy at the club while I was in Alberta looking for work. And then she said, I'm breaking up with you. I said, okay, that's fine. I'm stuck in the snow here in Alberta looking for work, trying to improve my life. And she runs off with some guy in a club. Now, I was trying to make a better life for both of us. So I can say eventually, hey, baby, look at me. I'm making 6 figures in the oil fields. I got a job. Come on over. You can quit that shitty job of yours. She was a flight attendant, by the way. And she hated that job. She knew it wasn't right. Think about Korean girls. You ask any young Korean girl what their dream job is, it's to be a flight attendant. Why? Because they get 2 things. They get the opportunity to escape Korea and travel the world for free. And eventually they can hopefully hook up with a rich Korean guy in first class. They don't tell you this, but that's the truth. That is the truth. So my Korean girlfriend, she was hot. She's good looking. She got so many proposals from guys. So many guys hit on her, give them a business card on the flight. Oh, if you want to meet up, you want to go on a date. She'd tell me this story every day. Didn't bother me. I don't care. All she was interested in was me. But the problem was that I was away from her for too long, for several months. So she's very insecure. She got needy. And then eventually she hooked up with a guy at a club. So I said, okay, fine. The hell with you. Go away. Months later, she reached out to me. She wanted me back. So I was in Alberta. I was like, this is going nowhere. Like, the oil price tanked and the jobs were all gone. And people were looking at other options. And I was asking everyone. It's like, yeah, industry sucks right now. I'm going back to my home country and all that. So that was a bad sign. So she wanted me back, and I was like, I'm getting the hell out of Alberta. Alberta sucks. So I said, okay, fine, I'll go back. So I went back to Korea, went back to her. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Big mistake. Okay. So she broke up with that guy she met at the club. She took me back. Or I took her back. And then we lived together, and that was hell because yeah, it was, the relationship was never the same. And I'll tell you why. This is the thing they don't tell you about getting back with your ex or having a broken relationship. Broken relationship is like a broken mirror. Okay? No matter how well you piece the mirror back together, there will always be chips and cracks. Okay? No matter how good you are at mending a broken mirror, putting it back together as a whole, there will always be chips and cracks. So, I don't know why Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez are back together. They're not going to last. We all know it. Eventually, they're going to break up again. Because every broken relationship has chips and cracks. And those chips and cracks just grow and develop over time. So, the biggest chip in every broken relationship is trust factor. I'm never going to trust this bitch again. She cheated on me once. Why would I not think that she's going to do it again? She is going to do it again. So, there was a time where like she was hanging out with her friends, getting real drunk, and she said she wasn't coming home. That was a red flag. And again, I gave her a second chance, and this is it. She betrayed me. I said, no, you're not going to hang out all night. You got to come home. I said, what the hell? Where the hell are you going to sleep? Your friend's house? Fuck that. No. So I didn't trust. So the trust was broken. So that night, she cut off her phone. So she got really drunk, got wasted. And you know girls, that they're not accountable for their actions when they're drunk and wasted. She cut off her phone. She turned off her phone, and I tried text messaging her, checking up on her all night. I waited all night for her. And then, the next morning, she eventually came back home, and I just walked out. And I was like, fuck this. No bitch is going to do this to me ever again. So the lesson learned is never move in with your girlfriend, and never take an ex-girlfriend back. Okay, because again, no matter how good you are at fixing a broken mirror, there will always be chips and cracks, and they will develop over time. Just started to learn swimming. I'm seeing your swimming videos. They are awesome. Oh, cool. Thanks for watching. Yes, my wife, Thai wife, is 16 years. We both live in the UK. We went up to Khon Kaen Airport. Wow. Yeah, village life. No matter where you go in the world, village life is really dull. In Korea, there's villages, but they're really dull. Like, don't get me wrong. It's fresh air and better food quality. And the people are more down to earth in villages, countryside in Korea. But it gets boring. It's just nothing but dark roads and drinking. I remember I worked in the countryside. What you don't know about me is I had gigs in Korea in the countryside. I worked in these intensive camps. So for example, like Samsung would hold like a 3-month intensive. So the intensive program was for like their managers. They had to improve their English skills in order to deal with international customers and clients. Like, for example, Saudi Arabia, we had to build a water plant for them in their desert. We got to interact with these clients, these foreign clients, in English to the best of our knowledge. Okay, we had to learn the customs and all that. What not to say, what to say, how to do things, how to think like a Westerner. That's what I was in charge of. So a bunch of us were rounded up, and we were sent to these countryside facilities set up by Samsung. So Samsung had these headquarters in countryside and these big facilities, like giant facilities set up in the countryside because it's cheaper to set it up. Trading facilities. So I remember working there, and then at the end of our day, there's nothing to do because we're in the countryside, right? There's no real thing to visit, so nothing but rice fields, dark roads, just like, yeah, okay, farmer with his truck and then drinking, lots of drinking alcohol. That's all you can do at night, drink. So countryside, country living can get quite boring. I know what you mean. Doesn't matter what part of the world you are in. All of us make mistakes. Yep. Yes, that is true. I like how you use your metaphor and examples to teach great teaching skills. You would be a great teacher on any subject. Of course I am. You're talking to Papa Just here. I am the best at what I do because I'm obsessed with something. Again, not motivated, I'm obsessed. When you're obsessed with something, you go deep, deep, deep into that subject. You dig deep into that. Right? You don't need to get a master's degree. You just need to be obsessed with something. And you'll be more knowledgeable than someone who does have a piece of paper to prove it. Like I give you an example. So many goddamn greenhorn personal trainers at every gym I step foot in. I just can't stand them. They're just teaching the wrong techniques. They're just chatting and yakking, and they're not training. They're not getting anything. And these clients of theirs, they're spending at least $100 an hour per session, $80 to $100 per hour to train with these personal trainers, these so-called experts. They're not experts. They're green. They're greenhorns. They don't know shit about training. Because how do I know? Because their bodies look like shit. Like, they're the ones who need personal training. They're the ones who don't know anything about how to deadlift, how to do handstands, how to lose weight, how to do ab crunches. Nothing. They know. You know what most personal trainers are good at? They're good at the gift of gab. They know how to talk. That's why I got so sick. What you don't know about me was I was a personal trainer, right? I took the courses and all that, and I thought, this is bullshit. I already know about this shit because I did it all. I dug deep into the subject. And then I saw all these personal trainers around me, and I said to myself, these people don't know shit. They don't know anything about fitness, the teachers and the students. And I was like, this is a really, really disgusting and ugly business to get into. The realm of personal training, the fitness industry is so ugly. So goddamn ugly. So, do I teach personal training? I don't know. I don't want to. It's so ugly. So ugly. I would rather teach people on my own terms, my own way. My own way. Look at that. There you go. 6-pack abs. Instant. Got it in one day. Not. Got it in 10 years. That's what they don't tell you. How do you stay focused on your obsession? Sadly, I tend to lose track. Okay. If this is very easy to answer, you're not obsessed. You're motivated. Okay? If you're obsessed with something, that's all you think about. Think about something that you were obsessed with before in the past. You thought about it all day long. When you went to bed, you dreamed about it. It was on your mind all the, like, I'll give you an example. Think of a pretty girl. Okay? This is a very easy example. A girl that you knew in high school or went to your class or you worked with. You were obsessed with that girl, weren't you? You thought about her all the time. She's so pretty. Oh, one day she can be my girlfriend. Oh, I'm going to meet her in class. I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to ask her out. Oh, I'm going to find out what hobby she's into or what's her favorite food and all that. You're obsessed with her. That's all you think about is her. love. So when you're obsessed with something, you will find all the answers. You keep looking at, like, you'll Google it, you'll watch YouTube videos. Like for me, I watch tons and tons of YouTube videos on boxing. I watch, even though I know the basics, like, okay, how to throw a jab or footwork or Mayweather's technique or how to jump rope. I still watch the videos because I like seeing different perspectives on things. So I can say, okay, this guy doesn't know shit, right? Or this guy knows something I don't know. Wow, interesting, right? There, I like being surprised. Hello, Gaby from Romania. Romania. Oh, hello. Romania. I'm guessing that's Romania. What age are you swimming? Okay, so quick story. I learned swimming when I was like a infant. Okay, so my mother took me to the YMCA. And how's Andrew Tate, by the way? We can talk about him if you want. So my mother took me to swimming lessons at YMCA when I was like 6 years old. Swim instructor took my head, just plunged my head in the water and made me just drink chlorinated water. That was my first experience. Traumatized. I spent years being just tortured by swim instructors that didn't know what they were doing. And I said, I hate swimming. I don't want to do swimming. I don't want to approach the pool. So every time I hung out in the pool with my friends when I was a kid, I would stay in the shallow end. I would hop on one leg. That's all I did. My friends could swim in the deep end. I could not. I didn't know how to tread. That's how bad I was at swimming. And then I kept taking swimming lessons, kept getting worse. Eventually got better because I started getting obsessed. Why was I obsessed? Because I had a goal. I wanted to be a lifeguard. My mom set the goal for me. She said, son, I almost drowned when I was a teenager. She went to the pool when she was a teenager. She didn't know how to swim. She ventured off into the deep end, and then she started drowning. My mother started drowning when she was a teenager. Thankfully, a lifeguard spotted her and pulled her to safety. That lifeguard rescued my mother. My mother fell in love with that lifeguard, she said. He was a handsome young man. She would visit the pool every day just to see him after that. And she said, if there's one thing you can accomplish in life, son, is I hope that you could become a lifeguard. Just like that young man that saved my life many years ago. And then I said, it woke a spark in me. And I said, I'm going to be a lifeguard, Mom. I'm going to save lives. So that's what I did. I was obsessed because I sucked so bad at swimming. I had terrible front crawl. I had terrible treading. I just had terrible stamina because all this muscle, because I was wrestling at the time. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put high school wrestling aside and I'm going to be trained to be a lifeguard. Boom! Eventually I became a lifeguard. It wasn't easy, but I learned. And that was it. I was obsessed with swimming. I went to the pool every day after school, trained on my own. I found an empty lane. I just kept doing my front crawl, trying to pass the lifeguard test. Swimming. It was like 20 laps. Swim 20 laps, freestyle, under 20 minutes. That was the lifeguard test, basic. Then you got to hold a brick. Another test in lifeguarding is you got to hold a brick. So you hold this giant brick above your head for like 2 minutes treading water in the deep end. And then you got to rescue somebody and simulation and rescue somebody from drowning, blah, 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 blah. First aid and all that. I passed all of those tests because I was obsessed. And that's how I learned swimming. Worst thing for me when I was walking the stray dogs. Thailand has a stray dog problem. What you don't know about Thailand is that there are dogs everywhere and around the corner. They're just lying around. Ownerless dogs. Like, they don't belong to anyone. Why doesn't the government just round up these stray dogs and put them in a truck and send them off into a farm where they can just like roam around in a fenced village or fenced farm. That's what I want. What's even worse is dog owners in Vancouver. A lot of dog owners are really, really, really selfish and narcissistic here. And what they do is they let their dogs roam around without a leash. So they're walking their dogs and they don't have a leash. You know what's going to happen. That spells trouble. Like I do road work. I run outside and I see these dogs without leashes. And some of them are going to pounce on me or attack others. And the owners have no way of controlling the dog because they don't have a leash. So if you want to know a red flag when it comes to dogs, look out for the pit bulls, look out for the Rottweilers, look out for the German Shepherds. These 3 dogs. If you don't know what these dogs look like, look them up on Google. Pit bulls, Rottweilers, and German Shepherds. 99% of cases where the dog goes crazy and starts chewing a person's face off is one of these 3 dogs. A pit bull, a Rottweiler, or German Shepherd. What's even scarier is a mixture, like a mixed breed. Like, for example, I don't know, maybe a dog has like a quarter pit bull in him, or like a 1/3 Rottweiler or something. I don't know. You don't know. You never know. You see these mixed dogs, but you can't tell from the way they look. Right? They're not like, oh, that's instantly pit bull. Oh, that's 100% Rottweiler. 100% German Shepherd spotted. No, you can't. So that's really, really scary. These dogs can just go off the hinge and just start chewing someone's face off. Moment's notice, right? And it won't be your face. It will be your baby's face, your child's face, your husband's face, your wife's face, leg, gone, just torn to shreds. You have no idea. And then that put the dog down. So in Thailand, what's worse is that a lot of these stray dogs have no owners, and these dogs have a lot of I don't know, shit around them that you don't want to know what it came from. Like, these dogs eat garbage on a daily basis. You have no idea what kind of germs, rabies and shit that's foaming around them. So I've encountered a few stray dogs in Thailand, but I've always tried to keep my distance, and it's very hard though, because you sometimes you find these dogs on busy streets you're walking. Same thing with potholes. You'll see giant potholes or sewage holes you can fall right into. Thailand. But that's the fun about Thailand. You never know what you're going to get. You never know. You never know what you're going to get when you're walking around in Thailand. Never know. What's your experience when you went into the deep end? Went to the deep end a few days back. Started swimming, it was normal, but after some time I felt exhausted. Started drowning. Going to the deep end for the first time is like going into space. You're weightless. It's scary. You're not in control of your body. That's what it's like for the first time. But eventually you get better at controlling your body. Right? Again, it's just like being weightless in space. You have no control. But then you learn how to control. Right? So what I recommend if you're going to swim in the deep end is to use the ledge as your friend. Okay? So hang around the ledge, venture off, and then go back to the ledge. Just develop that comfort zone. Hang on to the ledge, push off, swim a little bit, and then swim back to the ledge. And relax. And then you develop that muscle memory over time, and you get better. So that's my tip first. And then you can wear a flotation belt, a life jacket, you can use pool noodles, kickboards, any kind of floating device. And that'd be fine as well too. Yeah, so be obsessed. So right now I am obsessed with fighting. I am obsessed with fighting. No more talking for me. It's just punches and kicks. I don't know. I can't go a day without punching or kicking something. I just can't. I just see it. Like you see the matrix of it all. Like most of human communication is just bullshit. The talking is just useless. Right? We are nonverbal creatures. What we do is we express ourselves through our actions. You can express yourselves through dance. You can express yourself through creativity. Express yourself through violence. And I like to express myself through violence. Bam! Punching. Don't need to say anything. Just throw punches and kicks at a bag, hopefully. What's life like in Romania? I was scammed by someone in Romania. It's true. I'll tell you the story. How I was scammed by some individual in Romania. Okay, here's what happened. So, a few years ago, I had an Amazon business. I had an FBA business. Okay. And I got this email from Amazon. And what I didn't know was this email did not come from Amazon. It came from Romania. Some kid, I don't know, whoever in Romania, came up with a Amazon.con. So it was like customer service at Amazon.con. Not com with an M, but an N. So he made that fake email, emailed me, and I clicked that email. That was a big mistake because I get a lot of emails from Amazon on a daily basis. So I clicked that email and I clicked on a button, and that button redirected me to something else. And then what happened was that he got in control of my Amazon account. And what he did was he changed, or he forwarded the bank transfers to his bank instead of my bank. So when payday came, so I was supposed to be paid like 10 grand or something. That money never showed up into my bank account. That money went into his bank account, which was revealed to be a bank in Romania. So I emailed Jeff Bezos. Seriously, you can email Jeff Bezos. He's Jeff Bezos at Amazon.com back then. So I emailed him, emailed Amazon customer service. I told them the story, like someone took all my earnings for this week, and it's now in a bank in Romania. So Amazon found out about this scam, and what they did was they reimbursed me. Thank God. They reimbursed me 10,000. Whew. Lesson learned. But from that on, yeah, I still remember that scammer from Romania. I'm not saying all the Romanians are like that. I've watched Bald and Bankrupt's videos on Romania, and I know Andrew Tate lives in Romania. Interesting. I'd like to learn more about Romania and its people. But that was my only personal experience with a Romanian person. Was being scammed by them, taking my money from Amazon. Ah, boy. So many lessons to learn. Okay, so it's lunchtime. I'm going to call it. I'm going to end the stream, and I want to say thank you for watching. You can watch this replay replay if you like. But yeah, I'm going to eat something. So have a great day, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye.